Welcome back, Nerd Squad, to Top 10 Nerd. I'm your host, Johnny Rogers, and if you happen to be new here, we put out daily content on all things nerdy, so if you're down with that, then make sure you tap the subscribe button to never miss another video. Plus, leave us a comment down below with which Birds of Prey character is your favorite. And while you ponder that, let's jump into today's list of the top 10 heroic things Harley Quinn has done. In at number 10, Harley the Babysitter. During the Injustice universe, Harley Quinn's character had made a miraculous change after the death of the Joker. She even became a member of Team Arrow and got really close to Dina Lance and Oliver Queen. Without a doubt, her character had the most drastic change in this series, and one that was an emotional arc. Along with coming up with a name for her new team's hangout cave, she was also left in charge of taking care of the pair's son while they were, out doing spy stuff. To go from being the villain to now being so trustworthy that people would let you babysit their kid is not a direct heroic act, but a change in character that should be noted. In at number 9, saved Poison Ivy. During the Everyone Loves Ivy story arc, the entire world was under the control of Pamela. Characters such as Batman and Catwoman somehow managed to escape this mind control, but others such as Harley Quinn actually stuck around to get to the source of the problem. At first, she's not certain if she wants to do this, but upon seeing how Poison Ivy is behaving, Harley actually starts to relate to her destructive nature. And after getting involved in the situation, she manages to save Pamela from losing complete control over herself. With a loving and caring approach unlike anything that we've ever seen from Quinn, she holds on to Ivy. This moment of empathy and bravery from Harley Quinn is a standout scene, and one that allows the two villains to actually relate to one another. She even tells Ivy that she knows she's been hurting and that they should be together, but in a more positive and healthy relationship than what they've been used to. In at number 8, save Batman and Robin. In the animated Batman show episode titled Harley Quinn-Aid, Harley Quinn certainly had done some odd team-ups with the Bat, and in one particular scenario we saw her leading Batman and Robin on their way to apprehend the Joker. For the majority of this, it looked as though everything that could go wrong went wrong whenever Quinn was present. Very suspect. There was a reason for this. Harley Quinn had a full intention of turning on the two Caped Crusaders once they had reached the Joker. Although when the episode opens with the underground auction of an atomic bomb, one that the Joker had obtained and planned to use, Robin convinced Harley to go rogue. As we mentioned, her plan was to turn on them, but once she realized that the Joker's bomb would have also killed her, she was a little more reluctant to help him. At that moment, Quinn engages in an act of heroism and decides to free both Batman and Robin so they could defuse the bomb. In at number 7, solves a murder. During the Heroes in Crisis comic book, Tom King and Clay Mann had set up a sort of superhero murder mystery for the plotline. Many patients at the rehab center such as Poison Ivy had recently been found murdered, and Harley, being one of the only survivors, becomes distraught with trying to figure out who would do such a thing. In the mix of all of this chaos, she starts to have a mental breakdown and confides in Batgirl about all of the ways in which the Joker had abused her. Batgirl started to actually sympathize with Quinn and could see that the death of Ivy truly affected her. As such, Harley Quinn is recruited and becomes a key player in the investigation of these murders. In at number 6, helps Black Canary. In the year 2 edition of Injustice Gods Among Us, Quinn had been hiding out in her Arrow Crew's cave when Black Canary stumbles upon her. Believing she's a villain, the two actually start to fight in hand-to-hand combat, but the fight goes on for a little bit. It ranges from tossing each other around the cave to Harley even throwing slippers at her head. A little childish, but she told her they were going to explode and Black Canary actually believed her. Although all of that came to a head when Black Canary suddenly felt sick and ran for a nearby bucket. This was mid-hammer swing on the end of Harley, who was at first baffled but soon turned to being really concerned for her. She halted this assault on an intruder to all of a sudden console another woman in her time of need. It turns out Black Canary was pregnant, so the majority of their conversation went from fighting into joking back and forth with one another over how funny that it is a super would have morning sickness. In at number 5, saves Wonder Woman. For a while now, it's been pretty apparent that Harley Quinn has an obsession with Wonder Woman. In Justice League vs. Suicide Squad number 4 though, she didn't just get to meet her idol, but an incredible opportunity to save her as well. The teams were preparing to work together to take down Max Lord's team of evil evildoers, which included Johnny Sorrow. When Sorrow removes his mask in front of you, the end result is typically death. So when Wonder Woman had been cornered by Sorrow, Harley could not just stand by and watch her favorite superhero be killed. Showing courage and bravery, Harley Quinn leaps in front of Wonder Woman to save her. Following that, the pair actually work hand in hand to take Sorrow down. In at number 4, saves her daughter. Injustice: Gods Among Us really showed comic book readers the more heroic side of Harley Quinn, and that was even more apparent when it came to saving her own daughter. Lucy Quinzel is the daughter of both the Joker and Quinn, except she has absolutely no idea. Instead, Harley's sister Delia has been taking care of Lucy this whole time. Now, don't get it twisted, Harley has still been involved in Lucy's life, doing things like sending her clothes and money and just overall checking on her to make sure that her daughter's okay. During Injustice 2 though, Lucy is kidnapped by the new Suicide Squad, and in comes the hero Harley Quinn, who decides to headbutt Ra's al Ghul to save her daughter. What a heroic act. In at number 3, protected Bruce Wayne. During the animated Batman show, they aired a Harley Quinn Valentine's Day special called Just Batty Over You. In said episode, Harley is acting on her feelings for both Bruce Wayne and Batman. Yeah, she had no idea that they were the same person, but shh, don't tell her. During a charity auction, Quinn hatches a plan to bid on Bruce Wayne. Seems smart, but before she can win, the carp busts through, declaring his intent to steal all of the money for himself. Wanting to protect Bruce, she throws herself into the mix, even being caught in an electrified net. Sure, it didn't end the way that she wanted it to, but you gotta admit that's a pretty heroic act for someone who has an ex that can't stand Batman. In at number 2, stop the Enchantress. Even for the live action film of Suicide Squad, we had Harley Quinn doing some pretty heroic things in order to save her friends. In a film where it's up to the bad guys to save the world from the even more evil Enchantress, Quinn stands as their last hope. With the majority of the Suicide Squad out of commission from the battle, Harley steps up, slashes the Enchantress with a sword, and proceeds to rip her heart out. All of this was the perfect distraction and a selfless act that gave the Task Force X the time they needed to recover. Last but not least, in our number 1 spot, broke up with the Joker. Since the very beginning of their toxic relationship, Harley Quinn has always been known as the Joker's subservient girlfriend. Oftentimes, she was mentally and physically abused by him, and yet she still continued coming back into his arms. After her popularity began to rise, she was quickly establishing herself as a true hero in the DC universe, starring in her own solo series and even working alongside the Justice League. In the 4-issue series Batman Prelude to the Wedding, the Joker was planning a bloody ending to the wedding of Batman and Catwoman. Once learning about his plan, Harley stepped up to finally put an end to the Joker's hold on her. This marked the biggest growing moment in DC Comics for her character, and one that saw Quinn saying enough is enough with this whack job. Recognizing the importance of this wedding, Harley locks the Joker in a series of death traps, making him feel more and more desperate by the minute. All feelings that she experienced throughout their entire relationship. And that has been the top 10 heroic things Harley Quinn has done. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, show some love by tapping that like and subscribe button. Plus, leave us a comment down below with your thoughts on this video. And for more videos like this one, all you gotta do is click that playlist on the screen. From Top 10 Nerd, I'm Johnny Rogers saying until next time, take care.